Well, hello there, good evening, and welcome to pretty much the halfway point of the season as we're looking at some nice close-up of some marshals there in the at the track. Anyways, welcome then to round 5 of season 18 of the BTCC Blueprints with STDAsh84 designs, coming to you live at Suzuka. Well, I cleared my voice already. My name is Sean, and joining me in the booth, as always, is the two-time champion of the series, Liam. How are you doing tonight, Liam?
I'm good. Looking forward.
Oh, I think it's... oh, sorry. You might just cut out the bed.
Yeah, I accidentally nudged it a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, Suzuka is... we were more traditionally used to the Suzuka East early in this championship, but it's just terrible for racing, so...
Yeah.
Suzuka should be good. It's very easy to make mistakes, very easy to be caught out. And as well, unlike Tokyo, it shouldn't be as chaotic in terms of crashes.
No, which we'll need to touch up on that actually, because there's been a few people on the naughty list when it comes to one of them in particular that has a ban. So in fact, we'll just go through them now because we've got 3 minutes to go, because qualifying is going to start at exactly 8 minutes. So in fact, before I talk about that, the points then, after quite a hectic Tokyo last week, Xavier McIntosh has retaken the championship lead. He's on 175. Ethan Graham on 166. Lewis Edwards on 159. They've sort of like pulled away from the bottom there, the 4 that was in the top half of the table in terms of the driver's standings, with Clements on 147, Piper on 137, Volberg on 136, and then Schauler, who had a miserable Tokyo, now on 121 points. Katinas on 107, Ash Sharp on 78, Liam New on 66, Brock now becoming the first time winner Lewis, I'm just seeing having a spin out of the triangle there. Brock now, a new first-time winner of the series now. He sits on 56. Vestenborg, who is not going to be racing tonight. He is being replaced by this guy again, Declan Russell. We've already seen him before. Hopefully he'll do well in for tonight. Everett Van Til on 46 and Leon Welsh sitting in last place on 39. To the team's championship again, no position changes as it was from last week. It's just all hold stations like it was last week. JS Motorsport still leading the way on 302, Export on 296, Vauxhall Motorsport 284, Peugeot Sport UK 225, ABG Motorsport on 171, MG Sport and Racing on 136, and Team Atomic Getting on 117. Now then, there was a lot of bad races, a lot of bad driving we saw last week. And 2 of the big victims out of all of it was Liam New and Everett Van Til, as Everett has received 12 penalty points, so he has to serve a qualifying ban. So therefore, he's going to be starting last on the grid. But it's even worse, though, for Liam New, because he has now picked up 18 points. So not only he's got a qualifying ban, he has also got a race ban. So, what do you get at then, Liam?
It's quite unprecedented to see him smashing through both barriers, but it's at the point for Liam New that we've had to sort of alter the rules. Because otherwise there would have been a loophole where he had a race ban and quali ban, but if he missed race 1 anyway, he wouldn't have qualified. So he now has to take his race ban in race 3, so he's not going to get to qualify for race 1, probably start towards the back in race 2, and is not going to get any of the benefit of the reverse grid action.
So Liam has just managed to start the qualifying. Then hopefully we're going to have more people joining in on the stream. We'll have a look at the chat then, just in between the breaks. If anyone's got any questions in there, we could try and look at well, I could look in the live chat actually, just to see in terms of breaking then for like races in between races 1 and 2 and 2 and 3. So qualifying gets underway as the loud engines again going on. So out goes the cars then, and you'll see there Liam New is staying in the pits as well as Everett Van Til. So out goes Edwards. You were saying about this track, it's a very tricky one, and I think it's mostly because of that AstroTurf there. It will automatically spin you off like it does there at the first corner. The Casillo Triangle as well, that could be a bit of an issue as well. It is such a tight and twisty track there, but you've really got to make your pass, properly here at this track.
Yeah, it's there's only really like 1 or 2 places with tarmac runoff. You know, you've got Spoon 130R in the first corner, but before you even get to that tarmac runoff, you have the AstroTurf. So you've either got that, or other corners you're straight into grass and gravel. So mistakes are very heavily punished here, because all of those things, depending on how you hit them, can easily just straight spin you around.
And also we've also got some corner cuttings as well, just at the Casio Triangle. I would have thought the Degner corner too, Degner 1, because I think I've seen a lot of people in practice say shortcutting Degner 1 as well.
I think Graham mentioned that Degner was in it. I think he said it would mainly be Degner 1 on the inside and then the Casio chicane.
Right, so there is both Liam and Everett. They're both 7th, they're qualifying bands. So we'll go through the order then. So Volbrecht, who did have his 3rd place revoked after the incident with Lewis Edwards in race 3. So he ended up finishing in 4th that race. So he's going to start on the Super Softs. Clements using a set of mediums. Is Clements in the chat? Hello, Kev, how are you doing? So Clements is using actually the first of his 3 medium tyres for race 1. Lewis Edwards going for the Super Softs, Piper's going for the Super Softs, Schauler going for the Super Softs, even Graham's still going for the Super Softs. A lot of drivers then go for the Super Soft tyres for race 1. Oh, except for Brockner. Brockner's going to be using his 2nd allocated tyres for mediums. As well as Welsh. Nice to see Leon Welsh back. Nice to see him there.
Qualifying on the mediums, as well as Van Tel, who's serving his ban, but will also start on mediums.
Oh, okay then. So yeah, so Van Tel will use his first use of 3 medium tyres.
Oh.
And what's happened now? Oh, Volbrecht has made contact.
I think Volbrecht tried to send a message saying I'm sorry to someone, and I think Piper, Schauler, Katinas and Graham have all sort of crashed into the back of him because he's trying to type a message.
Oh, well,
that's... Edwards get penalised for similar at Sardinia. So...
Well, that's definitely not going to please Schauler anyways. We know what Schauler was like before we left that party to join this booth. Schauler was not too impressed with what Volbrecht was doing in practice. So, yeah. I think Volbrecht's not going to be on the top of Schauler's Christmas cards for 2022, I reckon.
No, I'd be fuming if that happened to me. You know, a car stopping to type and ends up having like a 4 or 5 car crash behind it. So I think before we've even really got going, Twan might be in trouble.
And he is currently sitting on... He picked up 7 penalty points as well. He did pick up quite a big penalty point, I think, that incident. Oh, it's Katinas one's just clips the grass, going into the spoon curve and nearly gets into it, and then moves out of the way. He's got time to do another lap, but that lap was is pretty much gone now, so he's got to get on he's got to get on with it now.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them have to get on with it. Obviously, Twan has sort of screwed the laps of 4 or 5 people. It's going to be tight for a bunch of them because you've got McIntosh, Volbrecht, Russell and Brockner all sort of in close proximity, so if they all start trying to back up to make gaps, they might all start tripping over each other.
So first
Sharp's going to be the only one not to get a second lap.
Oh, well, I was just about to say that Clements got to the fastest time, but then he was beaten by 2 seconds exactly from Lewis Edwards, who was the fastest again in practice. He always seems to be the fastest in practice, but race pace he just kind of struggles. He's a full second advantage, though, of Adam Piper in 2nd place. Don't know why my voice has been like this. This is annoying. And so that's McIntosh goes into P3. 1.5 seconds, though, behind the fastest time set by Lewis Edwards. As... yeah, just seeing there, Liam News time there, 4th place. That's not where he's going to be starting on the grid, believe me, anyway. So Clements is 4th. Someone is going wide there out of Dunlop. That was Edwards. As looks like who was that crossing the line now? That would be Sharp. Sharp's only just done his one and only lap and does a 2-minute 9.195. That's good enough to put him 9th on the grid, I believe. Yeah, and let's see what Volbrecht is going to be doing as he makes his way out of Dunlop and then into the 2 Degner corners. He's got a couple of cars just ahead of him. That is McIntosh and Declan Russell. And Russell's gone off wide as well as McIntosh. He followed the same line as Declan. But Volbrecht is purple out of Sector 1.
Yeah, it's... of course, Edwards' lap based on practice is quite competitive, but mean, McIntosh and Russell are fighting. Are they going to trip over each other? They've got Volbrecht just behind them. Seems to be a theme with these guys. They never space themselves out very well, and they always just fall over each other.
Well, no wonder, because it's 5 minutes. It's an absolute mad dash, isn't it? Everyone wants to get the same bit of tarmac.
Even the last cars of the line, barring Sharp, had about 50 seconds spare, so they could do a bit of a better job.
Now, let's see if Russell was held up from Volbrecht. I'm just seeing if any other guys there. Ooh, just about. That might have compromised him here. Let's see what it's like then into the second sector. He's given Russell the old bump draft. Now, has that hampered him, or is he still purple? No, he's blue, so he's lost a lot of time. As Edwards has gone off at the Casillo triangle. I think that's not going to be the first person to do that. Piper goes faster, but not improved though. Ethan Graham now goes second place with a 2-minute 5.902. Katinas again having his good qualifying pace, puts it third on the grid, but then Volbrecht goes to second place by only just a tenth slower than Edwards' time. So Edwards is going to break the duck in terms of pole positions here. He's going to be the first time two-time pole position winner. We did have 4 different ones in the first four qualifying, so Edwards has now broke duck, and that's another championship point gained for him, which will put him now on 160. So qualifying is pretty much ended, and it will be Edwards on pole, followed by Volbrecht, then his teammate Ethan Graham. Katinas again, another strong qualifying for Katinas, 4th on the grid, Adam Piper 5th, and then you've got the 2 export racing drivers of Shaula actually out qualifying McIntosh, 6th and 7th there, and the championship leader then starting in the middle of the pack. That's not where you want to be in in any race in particular. So then here we go, race 13 out of 27 of season 18. The starting grid looks like this: Edwards from Volbrecht, from Graham, from Katinas, from Piper, Shaula, McIntosh. New shouldn't be in there. Oh, it's New doing his band in race 3. Did you see?
Yes.
Oh, okay then. He shouldn't be 8th. He shouldn't be 8th. He should be like 13th or 14th.
So hopefully he just drops back. That would be the most sensible thing to do.
Well, we hope so. Anyways, lights out and away we go. And in fact, it does move over out the way. So Edwards in that BMW will get off the line a lot more better than the Mitsubishis as the field then stream their way into turn 1. Hopefully it'll be all nice and tidy as they go into turn 1. Hopefully no one going off into the little AstroTurf, which Lewis there just hugs the inside line really, so he looks like it's all fine. Volbrecht then in second. Katinas has made a good start. He's up to 3rd place. Graham has lost already 2 positions on the start. He's down to 5th place with a Piper and Katinas. Then you've got the 2 export drivers and still 6th and 7th respectively. Then Clements is up to 8th. Brockner in 9th. Leon Welsh up into 10th. Sharp in 11th, and then Declan 12th. And then you've got the 2 guys at the qualifying band, the 13th, 14th. Everett ahead of Liam, and Liam and Everett side by side out of Dunlop there. There was a little touch through there, and again those 2 have got to be on their best behaviours now, because if they serve another penalty points, it is a raised ban like what Liam has to do, as Liam tries to force the issue on the inside of Van Til, and it makes rubbing contact with him. He's already got 18 penalty points, so doesn't need any more, because that'll be a 2 race ban.
Yeah, that's well, actually I think it would be a full round ban.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Races, but yeah, those 2 need to behave with each other. It's the 2 naughty boys at the back. But yeah, it's been a pretty clean lap 1, despite the little bumps between the 2 of them, but it was nothing big.
So Edwards then into Spoon Curve again. This is another nasty part of the track where you clip when you hit that AstroTurf on the outside, the car will definitely spin around. Looks like a good scrap then for 4th place between Piper, Shaula, and also that's McIntosh there. So Shaula's gone way down the order. Oh, look at this mess now. Shaula's down in 11th position.
I don't know what's happened to Clements, but he slowed down and had his hazard lights on.
Not unless there was contact
and let someone go.
Not unless if it was actually made contact with Shaula, which made him go all the way down, because Shaula was in 6th at the time. Must have slowed down to let McIntosh go by. Yeah, so he's down now in P12. Oh, and there's mess going on
between the 3.
Yep, that was new. We're going to have a look at that. Yeah, here we go then, into the 130R, very dangerous corner then. Clements giving the inside there to Everett, and then Liam New tries to go a pass in the grass there. Again, really on lap 1, why would you do that on lap 1?
It's very ambitious going 3 wide. There was maybe not quite a car's width for New there, and he ended up sort of spearing his opponents off.
Yeah, I think a more better driver would have just eased off the throttle and just gave the spot then to Clements instead of just risking it all and then causing a near big accident again at the Castillo Triangle. But I don't know what the stewards think of that. Not necessarily. That's another penalty points on him for another race ban. Who knows? We'll find out probably the next day or so. But anyway, Edwards then still has the advantage over Volbrecht. Katinas still in third place, still holding on to that lot. And you've got Piper still ahead of this train of cars from McIntosh and Ethan Graham. Top six then separated by just 3.2 seconds. Brockner now into 7th place, as that's one of the MG Spot Racing guys then going off. That was Leon Welsh going off at Deckner 2, and now Clements then is all over the back of Leon going into the hairpin turn 11.
I'll tell you who's had a good start. Brockner. He was towards the back, he's already up to 7th place, so Brockner's had a very good start. It's just a shame that by the time he gets there he's got 3.5 seconds to the cars up ahead.
And it's only 8 laps long, this one. But you never know. We will see, probably, we will definitely see mistakes happening in throughout the race and the other 2 races afterwards. Now, the only problem, though, with Brockner is you've got the 3 guys ahead. They're going to be in the toe of each other, so that gap is going to go even higher now. 3.7, it's going up to 3.8 now.
Yeah, and Volbrecht is all over the back of Edwards now. He had a look into 130R.
Oh, I'm just looking at the battle for 4th place here, sorry. Yeah, and Piper just there holding on to that 4th position there. But yeah, Volbrecht now catching up to the back of Lewis Edwards. And you can see that Volbrecht setting the fastest lap then. And they have kind of dropped Katinas now. Katinas is now out of range. But he's got to be looking over his shoulder very soon, because that 3-car battle of Piper, McIntosh and Graham are going to catch up to Katinas as well. As it looks like...
bump drafting Piper. I don't know what Graham's intentions are going to be when he gets there, but McIntosh has been working with Piper.
That's Schauler now improved to 8th place. He's managed to get by Sharp cleanly out of the turn 1, the first corner. And Clements now into P10. And then Welsh down in 11th place, followed by Liam New. And he got the 2 Team Atomic Kitten drivers then battling 13th and 14th, Declan Russell and Everett Van Til. So then Edwards then going into Deckner 1, fully shortcutting through that there. And Volbrecht then made a little mistake out of Deckner 2, and no, it's not.
New and Welsh going side by side into the Deckners. New backs out of it.
Yeah, that was probably the smartest thing that he's done. Would have been the smartest thing what he did at the Castillo, going into the Castillo Triangle.
He's got a run on him here. He's on the outside into the hairpin.
Yeah. Oh, he's just cut the grass and just lost the rear there. Now, did he get into him? Did he get into him? I think there was plenty enough.
Side.
I'm sure that. Yeah, there was definitely some space there.
Yeah, there was space. New clipped the grass.
He clipped the grass. Yeah.
Correct it, and it's fired him left, and it sort of hit him into Welsh, but he's given the place up, and sort of no harm, no foul. It wouldn't have cost him too much time.
Although he's gone back on the inside the spoon curve, and he's got the job done now. So New then up into 11th.
Schauler is onto the back of Brockner already. It's a 10th. Is he going to have to go into 130R? He thinks about it.
Oh, that's a brave pass at the 130R there. And yeah, Brockner kind of shuts the door.
Yeah, Schauler put on the brakes, thought better of that one.
And then on to the start finish straight on. They're going to hug the pit wall, which indeed they are. Now Brockner now goes on to the racing line and now pulls out. Tries to go for a pass then. He did a pass on Sharp the last lap. He's going to do a pass on Brockner this time by and up into 7th place then. I think Brockner's also on the mediums, I believe, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he is on the medium, so he's the best place in the medium tyres. Clements is 2nd overall, but he's 10th in the race. And I think the other one was Van Til, wasn't he? He was also on medium, so there wasn't a lot of drivers on the mediums in race
Piper's
1.
Piper's been mugged here. McIntosh had him in the S's, and now Graham's fighting with him.
Oh, and just did the clips onto the AstroTurf out of Dunlop, and yeah, so McIntosh is up to 4th place.
Now what can McIntosh do about Katinas? It's 2.5 seconds. So Katinas has been driving very well so far, not able to hold with the front 2. Still setting a very good pace.
Yeah, Katinas has already bagged himself a podium in this championship already. I think it was at Lagor, was it? Was it one of the races in Lagor he got a podium?
I have no idea. My memory isn't that good.
Nah, neither's mine.
I couldn't tell you who won last week.
So then McIntosh then started 7th in this race, already up to P4, and he's already ahead of his championship compatriot there, Ethan Graham. So that's going to be another point gained on him. There was only 9 points separating the two of them. So at the moment, the gap will be up to 10 points now when they go into race 2, if things stay as it is. But let's see if McIntosh can gain that 2.7 seconds then into the second half of the race on Katina, so maybe bag himself a podium.
Yeah, he's already taken a little bit of time out, not much. But the back end of the track is where the Lexus is strong with its straight line speed. It'll be sector 1 with the Hyundai catches. Yeah,
with the S complex there, with the snake curves, that's when, you know, the guys will definitely catch up to the Lexus then. So then on to lap 5 out of 8. Edwards then still in the lead. Volbrecht 2nd, Katina 3rd, McIntosh 4th, Graham 5th, Piper 6th, Schauler 7th, and Brockner in 8th place. And followed there by Ash Sharp there, running well in 9th position.
Yeah, Sharp's been catching Brockner. He's actually quite close to Slipstream. I think he's in it now. He is.
He is in it,
and also, Liam New has been catching up to the back of Clements, who's running about on the medium tyres. So there's 2 potential battles brewing.
And we're going to keep an eye on here because, you know, Liam's on his best behaviour. But he's already caused a few issues already going into the Casillo Triangle when he was trying to make a free wide attempt on Clements and on Van Til.
Sharp is all over the back of Brockner now. He was there, he made a slight mess of the first Degnet. But Sharp
he had a great run out of Degnet too.
He does. Is he going to look for a way? Brockner sits in the middle.
Oh, goes over to the left side there. Now is he going to go for the crisscross? Tries to go back on the racing line, gets the power early, but Brockner then just parks the bus on the apex of the corner, and Sharp couldn't make the position. And I think that's where you feel he has to hold station here, because this is the part of the track where you see the Lexus is very strong around here. This last part.
Mazda is going to be a lot quicker through the first half of the track, but as soon as you do the hairpin, that half of the track is going to be all about, you know, your Lexus and your Hyundai, the cars that are quick in a straight line.
Although, mind you, these guys on the medium tyres and 130R have to dab off the throttle for a little bit. And I tell you what, Sharp is still there. He's skating in the slipstream. Just got to be careful because Brockner will be on the brakes here a little bit. He's at the Astro. Keep it going. He did. Fair play. He kept it going. He didn't spin it. But he's still in the toe of Brockner.
So close in behind, it's hard to spot your apex when you're 1 or 2 tenths behind a car, especially a car as big as the Lexus. It's a very, very tall car.
Yeah, he did lose a bit of time out of all that then, so maybe he had to redo it again. Meanwhile, Volbrecht is getting closer to the back of Edwards, your leader with 3 laps to go. Katinas in 3rd, the gap now down to 2.9 seconds, so it's sort of like stayed the same, but those are the 2 championship leaders right there, 4th and 5th in the race. Oh, there he is, yeah, Declan Russell there.
He was off at the chicane
Casillo,
somehow.
yeah, he was off at the triangle. Just have a look at a replay, just gets into the gravel trap and gets back going again. So Declan Russell replacing Jeffrey Westenborg for this race there. Not a good start for him, but hopefully things will get better for him. In fact, he's gone off again at the first corner as well.
Yeah, dirty tyres. He's obviously sort of misjudged it, and they'll be pretty low on grip for a good 30 seconds or so.
Right, here we go, Ben. These two had the battle for the bottom step of the podium. Volbrecht finished ahead of Edwards, but then what happened with the stewards meeting, that Edwards legitimately got that 3rd place, so Volbrecht was down to 4th place. So these two again battling out this time for the top step at the podium, as we've got about nearly 2 1/4 laps to go now.
That was so close between New and Clements. Clements closed the door, but New tried to persist on the inside, got a little nudge up the back, but New is obviously quicker at this point on the 2-step softer tyres. It's just where can he get past the Hyundai?
It could be here again at Spoon Curve. No. Not there. He's going to have to get a good run out of the second part of the Spoon Curve to get a run on Clements, which he sort of is going. You can see that Clements going heavily defensive, going over to the left side of the track there. Now New's going to pull out and go onto the racing line into the dangerous 130R, side by side through there. No one's going to back out of this one. Oh, it's going to be so tight. Oh, and off into the Astro pit. There goes Liam. But he's kept it. But, oh, that was tight. That was close.
Yeah, that's usually how around the outside of 130R ends in a GT4 car. It's you either put there or you go there on your own terms. It generally doesn't.
There was no
work.
contact.
No,
Looking
there
at
was
the
no
replay,
contact.
no contact at all. So
no, it's just the new ended up there, no grep to go around the outside. Of course, in stuff with more downforce, you can try that type of move, but in a GT4 car, it's not really possible. Not without a lot of cooperation from both drivers.
still looking at this battle win for 4th place. Then it is still McIntosh ahead over Ethan Graham. Still Volprecht all over the back of Edwards for the race lead. We're coming up now to about 1.5 laps to go as we're looking at McIntosh, your championship leader, then through the Degner corners. Still holding the pressure off very well from Ethan Graham. This is pretty much like a reverse race from Laguna Seca back in season 15 when McIntosh was all over the back of Ethan Graham.
It is, yeah. It's got a bit of history fighting each other. Obviously, it's usually been all nice and clean. So, a lap and a half-ish to go. 1/10 between them. Graham's got a good run into Spoon. He might try it here, but McIntosh has that covered.
Yeah, has that defended here. They were catching up though to Katinas just ahead there, although McIntosh may have missed the apex at the second part of the Spoon curve. Now, is this an opportunity now for Graham to stick that Mitsubishi? No, he can't. He sticks it. He goes back into the toe of... oh, he thinks about it then towards the backstretch onto the 130R. And again, McIntosh gave him some space on that left side of the track.
He did. It was just over car's width, and he was sort of just saying, you know, if you want to stick your nose in there into 130R, be my guest, but see what almighty crash happens if you do.
Yeah, Graham thinks it's go time now. He wants to get that 4th place and gain a point back on McIntosh for the championship. Anyway, we're on to the last lap of the race, and you can see Volprecht all over the back of Lewis Edwards. Into the first corner they go now. Volprecht just sliding the rear out of the first corner and now into the S complex. Not really a place to overtake. You've got to hold station here. Pretty much a one-lane groove at this part of the track. The only real key opportunity what Volprecht has to do is he's got to get himself a good run out of Degner 2 and try and make the pass at the hairpin. I feel that's probably the only place, or maybe at the Spoon curve, or even the Casillo triangle. I think that's genuinely the only times he could overtake him, I feel. But it's a bit too far back here to make a pass now, but there is still plenty of corners left.
Yeah, he's not got many chances. I think if he's this far back, he doesn't have many. He'll have to get quite close.
Yeah, so it's not going to be the hairpin. Yeah, it'll be his best chance. Let's see, with this battle then for 4th place then still going on, McIntosh versus Graham. Now let's see if no, Schauler's not going to improve on his 7th place. Still sharp, still trying to catch up to Brockner on those medium tyres. Still good effort this from Brockner to finish P8 on a track like this though. Pretty impressive, you'd feel. Yeah,
and highest of the medium runners. Of course, we don't know what happened to Clements in that instant that dropped him down, but I mean Brockner's taken it with both hands.
And New has managed to get by Clements. Hopefully it was a bit cleanly. Anyway, let's have a look then at the battle then for the lead as they're going into the 130R though for the final time in race 1. You feel Volprecht is just a bit too far back on Edwards. The gap is closing, but I just feel there's not enough time to try and make a genuine lunge on Edwards here, I feel. So then going into the Casillo triangle, it looks like it's going to be Edwards that is going to get yet another win.
Graham's off.
Oh,
he
Graham!
Went so wide. He's held his place, but he was so wide at 130R.
I just told there. So Edwards then wins race 1. Volprecht in second. That is Edwards' second win of the season. Katinas gets yet another podium for the ABS Motorsports. McIntosh gets 4th, a point ahead of Ethan Graham. Piper gets P6, a relatively clean, but a little bit of dull race there for Adam Piper. Who's that on Ghosted? That is Schauler. Schauler just went on Ghosted and only just got 7th place on the line from Brockner, and Sharp just missing out by 0.2 of a second. Then we've got to wait for Liam New. He crosses the line there. P10 for him. And it looks like Leon Welsh has actually got by Chris Clements on the last lap too.
Oh wow, I didn't even see where
No.
Welsh came from. He's lost 4 seconds to New somewhere.
Oh, wow. And Van Til crosses the line in P13, and we've got to wait now a few more seconds for Declan Russell to cross the line in last place for the returning Declan Russell, replacing Jeffrey Westerborg. But Edwards' second win of the season, and Volbrecht's third fastest lap of the season. All in all, it was a relatively quite clean race one, which was quite nice.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat. Volbrecht says he doesn't have to fight Lewis. He's 99% sure Edwards will get a track limits penalty. So, whether Edwards has been cheating, who knows? Or maybe Volbrecht has sort of screwed himself by not fighting.
We'll see. Anyway, are you going to do the changing? Hi, John Wilkins saying hello again, Sean and Liam. By the way, Sean is spelled S-H-A-U-N. I'm not American, I'm British. S-H-A-U-N. Hope you've seen the snapper forward on Facebook, and I forgot to ask these what you thought. Doubts of Rockingham being in the game. Rockingham being in the game, the touring car game. Oh, is it? I don't know. I know it's demolished now.
He's asked her what do we think of its chances of being in the game.
I don't think it will be.
No, I'd love it to be in the game. I was a massive fan of Rockingham, but
really,
since it's not been I loved Rockingham. I thought it was great, but obviously because now it isn't really used, it's kind of been demolished. I don't think we'll see it. I'd love to if they did it in like a classic track section. But yeah, I don't see us going to Rockingham in the touring car game.
Anyway, will you quickly do the unofficial race results then, while I sort out the points, then going in for race 2?
Yeah.
I don't worry, we will ask more questions as well in the chat after this.
Yeah. Edwards wins from Volbrecht. Katinas takes a relatively untroubled podium. McIntosh 4th. Graham 5th. Piper in 6th. And then there was a big gap back to Schouler, who just beat out Brockner, who just beat out Sharp. Liam New up to 10th from his qualifying ban. Welsh in 11th. Clements in 12th. Van Til 13th. And Russell 14th. I was about to say 44th, that's his name. But a Volbrecht fastest lap of a 2-minute 5.3 to steal that away.
So, that was a bit quick there from you, actually. I'm not going to lie. I haven't even done the points yet for the top 7. No disrespect to the bottom 7, but I know they're quite a bit far-fetched behind. But, right, so the championship points as it is going into race 2 is, where was Schouler again? Schouler was 7th. So unofficially, the points as it is, Xavier McIntosh on 188, but it's now Lewis Edwards that's now on 2nd in the standings on 180. Third place is Ethan Graham on 177. Then there's starting to be a bit of a gap now between 3rd to 4th, as it is Volbrecht now on 154, Chris Clements on 151, Adam Piper on 147, and Rob Schouler sitting on 130. Katsila still with that podium, now sits on 122 points. So he's only 8 points away from Rob for 7th place in the standings.
Yeah, it's fairly closing up in some aspects. Now it's who jumps the medium tyres. Edwards is on them. New will have to go on them. McIntosh is on them.
Okay, so we'll go through them all then. So Clements, he already used the mediums in race 1, so he's good to go the rest of the way. As you said, Edwards on the mediums. Now Edwards has got 2 sets of mediums to his name for race 2, which he's using one of them, so he's going to be down to 1. Volbrecht is using the mediums 2, which will be the 2nd of his mediums completed. Liam New... Well, what's Liam doing? Because was he on...
He was on the super softs. I've just said you'll have to do your mediums this race, otherwise...
Oh yeah, he'll have to do it, yeah, because if he's doing his ban for race 3, he has to do them he has to do the mediums in this race.
Yeah, so whether he takes note of that or whether that rule has changed, I don't know. But it was always, if you race ban, you've got to do your mediums in one of the races you do race in.
Well, still no change then from New. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. Piper's going to stick on the softs for race 2. As you said, yeah, McIntosh using the mediums, so that's the 2nd use of his mediums in race 2. Ethan Graham looks like he's going for mediums in race 3, as well as Katinas. And we're still waiting on a few other drivers coming in. Van Til, he used the mediums in race 1, so he's good to go. Still waiting for Declan Russell. Who else are we waiting for? We are waiting for Showler, I'm guessing. Showler, Welsh, and one other. Declan Russell, I think that is another one. Right, anyways, let's have a look then at the chat. Let's see what's going on, what the chat is saying. Haley, Reglisson TV, your GT Sport BTCC collabs. It's a long title name, isn't it? We should really shorten it.
I'm not sure if that's a spam bot or a person, but it's a weird message.
Yeah, it says, how's it
I think
going?
it might be a spam bot.
Oh, well, we're getting love from spam. That's lovely. Beautiful. There we go. John says, Sean, sorry, Sean. There we go. Yeah. Any other questions then before we go racing, which is going to happen in about a minute's time? God, that Lexus is loud. Deary me.
I've just had it confirmed that Liam New will actually be allowed to use his super soft this race.
So he hasn't used mediums at all then?
No, it's been told that he can use his super softs this race and he'll just get his mediums taken away.
Interesting. That's a new rule for me.
Yeah, same.
Not unless if someone's called Michael Massey that's in the admin thing, that's changed it or something. I'm not too sure about that one, but...
Who knows, but yeah, I 100% expected he would be on the medium tyres. Because, you know, that's what I would expect and what has happened before, but that's, I guess, changed and...
Yeah, it changed that we didn't know.
Yeah, I guess that's a leg up for Liam New if he just doesn't have to race his medium tyres.
Okay then, so a bit questionable that, I must admit. But, I suppose we'll go along with it.
Yeah, it must have just changed without our knowing.
So we're getting ready then for race 2 as Welsh makes it completely wrong out of Degna 2. So race 14 out of 27 is about to get underway. It's basically from the results from the first race. So it was pretty much still a front row for the qualifying. With now it's Katinas in 3rd, McIntosh in 4th, Graham in 5th, Piper 6th, Showler, Brockler, Sharp, New, Welsh, then Clements, Emma Van Til and Declan Russell rounding out the 14-car field. I don't know what tyres Declan's on.
I didn't look.
I didn't check as well. Anyway, we are about to get race 2 underway, and again the BMW gets off the line extremely better than the Mitsubishi, and you can see already that it looks like it's going to be McIntosh that's going to have a look on the inside going into the first corner as he just backs out of the pass from Katinas there. Smart driving there from that, and now look on the outside. There's Ethan Graham on those set of super softs. I think he is on, yeah, super soft tyres. Has he got the position there? Side by side through the S-curve, and Graham looks like he's through actually around the outside, and he's got it. So Graham gained a spot then on McIntosh. Of course, McIntosh is on the medium tyres. I forgot to note about that. And now Adam Piper's all over the back of the fellow team driver, if you will, of Export there. And in fact, Piper's in the middle of an Export sandwich there because Showler's all over the back of Piper. So they're going into into the Decna section, and for the first time it is still Edwards from Volbrecht, then it is now Katinas. Ethan Graham now ends up into 4th position, and then it looks like McIntosh is going to hold up a gang of cars there as one of the Team Atomic Kitten cars gets it all wrong out of Decna 2. That was Emma Van Til. And now into the hairpin they go, and looks like McIntosh late on the brakes, then nearly gets into the back. Oh, gets the contact there with Piper as they go through the 100R now, but still holding on to that 5th position. And Liam New's up into 8th position with that questionable tyre strategy that they can't use the mediums in race 3. Clements has gained 3 spots from the start. He's up to 9th place then. Brockner down in 10th. Is Brockner also on the mediums or what? Oh no, Brockner used to mediums, he race 1. Sorry, yeah. My bad. Yeah, he did, yeah. Emma Van Til went in 11th place. Leon Welsh in 12th. I don't know if he's on mediums, is he?
No, Van Til did his mediums. Or Welsh, sorry, no, Welsh was on the super softs.
So he's going to use...
3.
And Sharp is down in 14th place. He's down in last place, so Sharp has done something that we unfortunately didn't see, as it looks like it is the two teammates then side by side for second and third. And yeah, that was a bit of team driving there, because Volbrecht is on the medium tyre, so Volbrecht has lost the spot to second, pretty much sacrificed it. And now Katinas is going to have a look on the inside of Volbrecht, then across the start finish line then to start lap number 2. It is Edwards from Graham from Volbrecht, and then Katinas, and then you got Schauler now up into P5 as Katinas now is up into P3.
I don't know what happened with the JS cars at 130R, because I think it was Volbrecht who was way out wide at 130R, so I don't know if they were fighting each other or lost time, or if they were fighting Katinas, but looked a bit scruffy. I
just realised Edwards on the mediums, isn't he?
He is.
I forgot about that, yeah. Him and Volbrecht, yeah. What's Declan on? Is Declan on the mediums?
He is, he's on his mediums now.
Oh, okay then. So we didn't see what Westerborg was. Yeah, so that was the last use of mediums to race through then for Westerborg. If he returns back again next week, which I hope he is, and that'll be the start of the second half of the season. Now then, meanwhile, Edwards then on the slower tyres now, being harassed by his former teammate for many a season, as Ethan dives to the inside at the hairpin, and that was just a nice clean pass there.
Yeah, Edwards had to turn out. He was, Graham was committed. Edwards had to make the room, but Graham got through. Now how quickly can Katinas pass by, or is Edwards going to fight
Edwards
back?
He's trying to fight back, going into the spoon curve here. Fair play to Edwards. But Aoife says, no, you don't. I had the inside line. It was my position in the first place. Now, as you see, what can Katinas do? Katinas then had a good race one, only finishing out in 4th position. He's got a potential chance of sniffing P2 out of all of this, or potential win if Ethan Graham, which we have seen before, has done the odd mistake here and there. So you never know. Katinas might be on course here for a good result now.
Yeah, he's close.
Potentially a win.
Edwards made a mistake at Spoon, the exit of Spoon, so Edwards is close.
Into the triangle they go. Nice and tidy there through from Katinas then, and then you'll probably see Ethan Graham just maybe go all the way back out to the racing line to start yet another lap. Now with the power of the Lexus get by the BMW on the start finish straight there, as he's tucked up into the slipstream of the 4-time champion then, as he dives out to the inside then into the first corner. More battling going on for 4th, 5th and 6th behind. That is Schauler and Volbrecht and Piper all battling nose to tail. Katinas hasn't got the job done, but now Piper's having a look on the inside of Schauler, and he's got sideways and makes contact with Schauler, I think. And again now
Van Til's gone wide.
Oh, Van Til, has he gone out? Where is he? Where's Van Til? Where is he? Down in 11th place there. And he's got Declan Russell behind him, so Declan doing better than what he did in race 1, but they are still a long way away from it. Liam New already 3.7 seconds away, with Sharp down in 13th, and Leon Welsh must have made a mistake, because he's down in 14th place and last.
Yeah, he's obviously made a mistake somewhere. Katinas is still all over the back of Edwards. Now Edwards is out the toe, which should be a bit easier for Katinas, but he doesn't quite have the grip or the brakes that the Mitsubishi does.
Schauler has managed to get by Volbrecht now, so he's freed himself away, although Piper wants to have a look on the inside. There's a bit of a mess now going into the hairpin, because you've got Brock now and McIntosh and Clements and New all battling now, so that's pretty much like a 28-wheel disaster now for 4th place there. But and again, Lewis Edwards still holding on that 2nd place. Now Katinas needs to get by Edwards in a hurry, otherwise he's going to lose touch with Graham, and the gap is already 1.4 seconds. So Katinas has got to get by Edwards fast, and pretty much now. But this is where the Lexus will pull. This is where the Lexus is very good at, though, on the backstretch. It's going to have a dive into the inside of 130. No, and again Edwards still doing well to hold that 2nd spot on those mediums.
Yeah, Katinas backed out of it, got off the throttle. He should have a good chance into turn 1 if he can get the chicane right.
And the more problem that Katinas is going to get held up by Edwards, it's going to allow Schauler and Piper to catch up now. So they're only 1.7 seconds down the road. So Katinas has got to get on in a hurry here, otherwise he's going to be swooned by the two Hyundais.
Yeah, he's got him here now, surely. He's alongside for the braking zone.
Yeah, dives into the inside of the first corner. Edwards will not give up without a fight, but there he is now. 2nd place now goes to Katinas. Well, actually got 3rd, didn't he? My bad. Yeah, Katinas got a 3rd, not a 4th in race 1. So Katinas now up into 2nd place 2 seconds still to catch up to the season 15 champion of Ethan Graham, as Piper has gone up into 4th place. And they're being caught as well by the other Lexus driver of Brock now there in P6, who's managed to get by both McIntosh and Clements and Volbrecht. Volbrecht has gone way down. He's down in 10th place. He's been swamped. Yeah. He had a bad last lap.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened there, whether he was just sort of shuffled out by one overtaking car, or whether he's had an accident. But yeah, the Lexi, whatever it is, are going very strong here. Not a track I would have expected them to go so well at, but here they are in race 2 running 2nd and 6th.
Clements
still might even get better for them.
Clements to the outside of McIntosh at hairpin. Can't get the speed off the corner, although he's just about side by side. So he's got the inside into 100R. Now it's just a case of he's actually clear of McIntosh, and he is still. So now Clements up into 7th place from 12th on the grid. Good job then from Clements. Now he's got 1.3 seconds to catch up with Casper Brockner in 6th. And you got Piper in 4th, trying to hound down Lewis Edwards. And again, Katinas not really pulling away from Edwards. Edwards is still in the toe of the Lexus driver.
Yeah, he's obviously, despite being on medium tyres, that BMW just has great mechanical grip. But I think by the time they get to turn 1, he might just have lost the toe.
And here we go, then looking at the battle then for 7th, 8th and 9th. Clements has got by McIntosh, and now Liam New wants a piece of the action. Followed by Volbrecht and P10. Yeah, Volbrecht on the mediums, New on the softs. McIntosh, oh, what's happened now?
Something between Russell and Sharp. Sharp just got held up badly with a sort of poor rejoin.
Oh, here we go, then here's a look at a replay then. So these two are battling for 12th and 13th, the two MG Mazda drivers. Declan just takes the Castillo triangle completely out of shape, and yeah, just went back on the racing line, nowhere for Sharp to go. And that's just pretty much allowed Leon Welsh to go by Sharp in the process. So a bit of a dangerous... Oh, he's off again. Russell went off again at the first corner. That's exactly what he did in the first race. In fact, Declan just gave up. Declan just gave up.
Yeah, so that's annoying for me. It means I'll have to do set by host.
Oh, well. But if Declan stays then for race 3, he's going to start on the pole for that race. So hopefully... Oh, no, he won't, because he's just left.
He's a DNF. He'll be
yeah, he's a DNF. Yeah, he'll be last. Yeah, he'll be last place. My apologies. So at this stand, as it is, Sharp will start on the pole for race 3. I just think the way that he's driving still, I feel... Is he on mediums, is he?
Sharp is, yes.
Yeah, okay. Right, okay, right. Right, anyway, Ethan's advantage then. 2.2 seconds then over Katinas there. But now Piper is now caught up to the back of Edwards as they go on to the backstretch now. You can see 5 cars in shot. Edwards, Piper, Schauler, Brockner and Clements. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th all in the same shot as they go through the 130R now and now into the Castillo triangle. And again, further behind there, you can see that McIntosh is holding up again cars. Oh, and he's left the room. So Declan left the room. Probably fed up. Hopefully he'll come back for race 3. We're hoping. But McIntosh then holding up a gang of cars here. And that's Volbrecht 2 in 10th. New in the middle. Until you just saw there in 11th place there. The only Team Atomic Kitten cars, just like Liam New, dives pretty much nearly going in the grass then going into towards the first corner. Oh, don't know if he had a bit of help from Volbrecht too in the middle of the first corner.
Yeah, that wasn't very forward thinking. McIntosh's edge to the right. New tried to go more to the right, but the track cuts off there. That's the pit exit.
Yeah, so the pit exit, yeah.
So you had to back out, otherwise he would have been on the grass flying into them.
Yeah, no, there was nowhere for Volbrecht to go. Then he couldn't react in time to when Liam New came back in front of Volbrecht.
Edwards is still holding onto this podium, although Piper and Schauler are very, very close to him now.
Yeah, and Brockner's there too. Don't forget that black car there. Looks like Piper had a great run out of Declan too, but he just, you know, it's just that bit of the track is a bit narrow here. So, and again, goes to the middle of the track to hold on to that 3rd place. And here you can see Schauler all over the back of Piper, and it's definitely bringing Brockner and Clements with them too. And I think I've just noticed there in the background there, Liam New trying to make a pass on the inside of the hairpin on McIntosh. Looks like he hasn't got the position done because McIntosh will have the inside for 100R. Now this is Piper's opportunity then going into Spoon Curve. I think Piper backed out of it there, although Edwards looks a little bit messy out of the first part of the Spoon. And now is that giving Schauler an opportunity? Well, it's definitely brung Brockner now into this battle.
Yeah, and now if it couldn't get worse for Edwards, he's got 3 of the quickest cars in a straight line behind him.
Yeah.
But who pulls the move first?
Brockner backing out then. Brockner, the latest first-time winner of the series, as he picked up a win at Tokyo Race 3 a week ago. Edwards looks like he made a little mistake out of the chicane, but it looks like he didn't lose too much time over that then. So to start the penultimate lap then, Graham still leads over Katidas. Edwards still holding on to that fine 3rd place. Then 4th place is Piper. Then it is Schauler and then Brockner in 6th. And Clements then. Clements looks like he's kind of struggling in this car. 7th place for him. You would have thought he would have actually caught up to this pack of cars ahead, but it just doesn't look like he's got good pace around Suzuka.
His lap times aren't bad. He's 4/10 off the quickest lap, but obviously he's had to get up to 7th place first. You know, he was in the fight with McIntosh and New, which is still going on, so he's gone through them. It's maybe just a little too late to get fully involved in this scrap.
And the gap is still to himself and Brockner is just over a second, but the gap is still going up. But I mean, Piper is trying any which way to try and get the bottom step of the podium. But again, Edwards just holding on, get it fully sideways out of the deck, the 2, and he just still holds position.
Yeah, it's a pretty crazy fight with a lap and a half to go.
Oh,
Piper!
Piper does the lunge in the hairpin. Now will he have the speed out of the corner? Is Schauler going to follow suit? They're still side by side through 100R. Edwards got the inside, but then Piper will have the inside for Spoon Curve. Now this is going to get completely dicey as we go into the Spoon. Schauler trying. Oh, I thought he was thinking about going free abreast into that corner, but no. But now finally, Piper has got into that 3rd spot. Now can Schauler follow suit, and can Brockner follow suit, and can Clements catch up with it? Although Schauler runs right out of the second part of the Spoon.
Yeah, now Brockner's alongside.
Oh, you can see Piper really defending that bottom 7 of the podium there as Brockner puts 2 wheels on the grass going into 130R. You don't know having dirty tyres through the fastest part of the track. Schauler on the outside though, as he hold on to it. He will have the speed, will he? And look at Clements now. Clements is in the thick of this. There's contact going into the triangle with Schauler and Brockner, and now that's allowed Clements to catch up with this now. So we're on to the last lap. It's a 5-car scrap for the bottom 7 of the podium. It's pretty much foregone conclusion. Ethan first and Katidas in second. But who's going to get 3rd place? Is it Piper, Edwards, Schauler, Brockner, or even Clements? As Liam New has managed to finally find a way by on McIntosh for 8th place.
McIntosh is fighting him back though.
He did, yeah, into the first corner, and again holding on to 8th place. Again, crucial for the championship because, you know, Graham is leading the race. McIntosh is sitting in 8th place. Even with the likes of Lewis Edwards then in P4 at the moment. So I think when it comes to the championship as it stands then, so Ethan Graham will be on 197. And where is McIntosh? McIntosh is on 8 points. He'll be on 196. So Ethan Graham will have the championship lead then going into the last round of the night.
Yeah, but then Graham's going to have his mediums for race 3, and he's going to be at the back.
Oh, yes. Yeah, he's going to be...
Whereas McIntosh is going to start, as it stands, in 6th place on Super Softs.
As Clements dives to the inside on Brockner at the hairpin. Now, will he have the toe off the upper hind eye of Schauler ahead, who has actually hit the fast lap of the race, Schauler. So, fair play to Schauler. He's got good pace in that car, but just he needs to get by Edwards here just to get another championship point or 2 to help for the team's championship.
Brockner and Clements still at it. Brockner got him back on the run at the Spoon, and Clements has made a mess of it.
Oh, yeah.
himself out of the fight.
Yeah, I think those 2 are out the fray now for 3rd spot. Now Schauler all
very close.
Oh, he's got an overlap on Edwards, has he? But then the problem is Edwards is going to get the toe from Piper just ahead.
I think a lunge into Casio is coming.
No, he holds tight. Yeah, he's going to have to do a last lap, do or die attempt then on Edwards as they go into the Casillo triangle. Looks like he's going to hold on to the racing line. Looks like it's not going to be. Anyway, Ethan Graham crosses the line and he's going to get his third win of the season. Katilis then continuing his good form here. Third in race 1, second in race 2. It's anyone's guess for third place. It's going to be Piper holding it. Edwards gets 4th. Schauler 5th. Brockner 6th. Then Clements in 7th place. Now Liam New has dropped down to 10th place then after that. So I don't know what's happened with that lot.
I joined into Volbrecht and he was flying off the track.
Volbrecht.
And Russell did.
Yeah, Volbrecht just went completely sharp there and probably might get looked at by the stewards with that pass, I have to say. Oh, we're too late then. So Volbrecht gets 9th, New in 10th, Van Til in 11th. And then we've got to wait a long time here for Ash up to cross the line. There he is then in 13th place. So race 2, pretty much the same as race 1. Not many fireworks going on, but still some good, hard, clean racing. But again, Ethan Graham, third win of the season, and he's back to the championship lead by just a single point.
It's as close as you can want.
Yeah, it's pretty much like season 17 all over again, isn't it? So it looks like, I don't know if we're going to get Declan Russell back, so I think your race results will be, well, changing the race results will be, no need to be bothered about that, I don't think.
Just to reverse, but hopefully that's fine.
So there was the unofficial race results. If you want to read them out again then, Liam?
Yeah. So Ethan Graham wins from Katinas, 1.8 seconds. Piper stole the podium with Edwards 4th, a good result on the medium tyre. Schauler 5th, Brockner 6th, Clements 7th, McIntosh 8th, he'll start towards the middle on Supersofts for race 3. Volbrecht 9th, New in 10th, Van Til 11th, Welsh in 12th, and Sharp in 13th, with a fastest lap from Schauler of 2:05.7. And, the incident between Volbrecht and New is interesting. Volbrecht saying New broke early, New saying his car died. I don't know what he means by that, but sure.
So it's actually made the championship very close as it is now. So like I said, Ethan Graham leads the championship by a single point over Xavier McIntosh. And now Lewis Edwards, he's now on 193. So there's only 4 points separating the top 3 in the driver's standings. You can't get closer than that, like. Absolutely sensational here. And again, just picking up the continue the racing from like it was in season 17. But again, still very, very close.
Yeah, and the good thing is, they're all in different cars, so they'll have tracks which are good for one and bad for another. So it's going to be interesting, the dynamic to the end of the season. When they have good, when they have a car good at a certain track, they'll need to maximise it.
Now, I want to talk about this guy here, Adam Piper, because the last time we raced around here was all the way back in season 10, and Adam Piper at this track, it was an absolute nightmare for him. For anyone who was watching back in the old SBR days, Piper, I believe he was sitting joint, I think he was like second in the championship coming into this race, and he had an absolute nightmare 3 rounds. Race 1, he got took off by his teammate.
This is when I got involved. Yeah, I got involved in that crash. I was the victim.
You were the innocent bystander out of all that. This was when we were racing with the 97 cars, by the way. He was driving the Volvo at the time. So in race 1, he got punted off by his teammate, of all people, at the triangle. As you see him just going completely off it, going into the hairpin. Then in race 2, he had to avoid a spinning Rob Adams, who was recovering from his moment at the Casillo triangle, makes contact with him, and he went off into the kitty litter as well. And then I believe it was in race 3, he had a huge offs at the 130R. But today, he's actually improved so much. I thought this would be a haunting ground for Piper, but it looks like to me he's cleaned up his act since the last time he last raced at Suzuka.
It's Adam Piper. He could still have a massive crash in race.
Well, yeah, we do have one more race yet to go. But I mean, he hasn't had any moments. It's not been, it's been consistent finishing. I think it was we got a podium out of race 2, and in race 1 he got, what was that, 6th? So not a bad day for Piper.
No, not bad, but see what he could do in race 3. He's going to be on the medium tyres towards the back, so it's probably not going to be the greatest of results for him.
Now he's just hoping and praying for like a madness race 3, which we're all kind of expecting, with it being the reverse grid. Let's have a look then at some of the track comments then in the live track. I'm surprised Song Wang hasn't replied back yet. I'm quite saddened by that. Just John Wilkins just saying that.
Friend.
Yeah. Just John was saying that for every off season, shouldn't you think both about what BTCC's Facebook page and YouTube channel be posting top 10 videos like F1 page and channel are doing? Like what like doing our own top 10
yeah,
channel?
Like in the F1 thing, on the F1, YouTube channels, you get like the top 10 moments of this or top 10 moments of drama, etc. But yeah, I can agree with John. I think that's something BTCC doesn't do very well. I don't think it's very good with media.
No.
It doesn't do much, in terms of YouTube. It maybe does like a 60-second summary of a race, but there's no like behind the scenes or, as you say, top 10s or etc. There's not much to it. There's nothing extra that'll make you go, oh, I want to watch this. It's just stuff you've already seen, but shortened. So yeah, I think that's an area that BTCC could strengthen as their social media presence.
Or if, I don't know if it's still getting the go-ahead, because I was saying about this for like months ago, I was planning of doing like a BTCC show, like just talking about touring cars in general with Liam and Ash and some of the drivers that you get to see racing here, have like a conversation between all of us, and I don't know when that's going to happen. I hope it gets the go-ahead, like. I
think we're just waiting for you to be ready and we'd be down.
Oh, good. Okay then. Lovely stuff. Anyway then, so that'll be on the FTR channel, I believe. I think so. It was something like that anyway. So we're getting ready then for the final race of the night. We're going to be having 12 races because Declan Russell just gave up and Liam New has got that ban there. So it is an MG Sport and Racing front row, followed by Evan Van Til, Volbrecht in 4th. Then it is McIntosh in 5th, Clements in 6th, Brockner, Schauler in 7th, and then you've got Edwards in 9th, Piper 10th, 11th for Katinas, and Graham starting in 12th. So let's see what the MG Sport and Racing boys can do. Good start actually from Sharp from the pole position there. Leon Welsh may have been caught napping off the start, but again that Hyundai is super quick off the line, and watch out for McIntosh because he's already up into P3 as they go into the first corner then for the first time, as McIntosh and Volbrecht are battling then for 2nd and 3rd, but Sharp actually got a very good start in that Mazda.
He did. But yeah, the two stars at the start were Volbrecht and McIntosh. They're both on the super softs.
Oh.
And they're probably going to be the favourites for this win.
Yeah, definitely. Not unless if Sharp can defy the odds and get another win. His 2nd career win in this series. He did pick up a win back in season 14 at St. Croix, which we are now going to later on in the season. So Sharp's favourite track, look out for him. He could be a force to be reckoned with as they go into the Deckner corners for the first time. It's still Sharp at the lead. Volbrecht 2nd, McIntosh in 3rd. Now being harried by Leon Welsh in 4th. Clements now into 5th. Van Til in 6th. 7th for Schauler, and then it is Brockner in the P8, followed by Edwards in 9th, but he's got these on the super softs. There's absolute carnage there through the hairpin. It's absolute logjam at the hairpin, as Clements is the big winner of all of that. He's now into 3rd place, and Schauler's down to 4th.
McIntosh is flashing the lights. He's not happy. I don't know what on earth happened there.
Well, here's a look then at a replay, and is it to do with Welsh? Oh, okay, so Clements had a look on the inside of Welsh. Welsh got into McIntosh as a result, so it was really just like a concertina effect that just got into the hairpin that just ended up having contact. And meanwhile, now Clements having the 2nd. He may have gone by Sharp in the process, indeed he has.
Well, Clements is letting some cars go. I think
he's got to be careful. He's got to be careful because there's outgoing cars. There's Van Til runs off wide in the 130R. So did Brockner too. So did Welsh. Oh, this is going to be a bit of a mess into the Casio, I reckon, on board with Sharp. And again, 3-1 into that part. Let's go. And around goes Brockner. He's been turned by Schauler.
Oh dear, it was going well for Brockner as well.
Oh, I've cut back to a replay back at the chicane now, and yeah, Brockner, the winner from race 3 a week ago, gets back going again. He will not be happy with that there, but yeah, definitely again the stewards will be looking at that there with the incident with in fact I think Schauler's gone down to 11th place. I think he's probably waiting but he's going to be waiting another 17 seconds for it to happen.
To be honest, I've had a quick look at the stream. I think Brockner was already losing it, and I don't think Schauler had anywhere to go. I think it was just one of those. I think Brockner just sort of might have touched the AstroTurf. It's already in a half spin. Schauler's got nowhere to react and just finishes the job.
And after all of that has happened now, McIntosh is into the lead now. Clements in second, Volbrecht in third, and there's a huge daylight between those two too as well. 2.1 seconds over Sharp holding on to fourth place. Then you got Van Til in fifth, and you got Lewis Edwards in sixth position, followed by Piper in seventh on the mediums too. Leon Welsh in eighth, Ethan Graham then also on the mediums in ninth, and followed by Katiris, who is also on the set of mediums. He's in 10th position, although he tries to look on the inside of Ethan out of the hairpin, but they can't get the job done out of there.
I look with 2 seconds and somehow Volbrecht is down to third. I don't know what is happening this race, but
that's the glory of the reverse grade. It can all happen in an instant, and as it's happened, there it was. Now, it looks like Edwards is caught up really close to the back of Van Til, on board with Edwards as he hits the Astro out of the spoon. Now onto the backstretch. Van Til in the toe of Sharp. Edwards getting the toe of both of them.
Katinas wasn't pleased with Welsh. Welsh has squeezed him down onto the grass of spoon. And Welsh had gone wide. Katinas tried to take advantage of the error, and Welsh kind of just squeezed him off.
Is Welsh on the mediums, or did he use the mediums in race one? I forget.
Welsh is on the super softs.
Okay, so he used the mediums then, as Katinas gets through on Welsh. Now, is he going to repay the favour? No, he gives Welsh some room, and now Schauler's all over the back of the pair of them. And they're going to go 3 wide then across the start-finish line. So Lexus on the outside, MG in the middle, Hyundai on the inside. Who's going to be the big winner out of that lot? It looks like Glenn Welsh kind of backed out a little bit. And it's going to be Katinas in that fast-powered Lexus that holds on and gains into 9th position.
Race is just a mess. Oh, and now Edwards and Van Til are banging doors and wheels.
Oh, they've had history as well back at Blue Moon when Van Til made his debut. No, we don't want to see that again. So here it is then. So Van Til ran wide out of the first corner, and it was side by side through the Snake Complex there. Yeah, I mean it's very tricky to go side by side through there. It's just really tricky. Left, right. It's really just a one-lane groove around that part of the track.
Yeah, it can be done, but you've got to have 2 very, very respectful drivers.
Yeah, you've got to have a lot of trust.
Spatial awareness. Yeah, trust as well. You definitely need to trust who you're fighting.
So Edwards now up into 4th position, where he finished in race 2 with a set of mediums. There's a good shot of all the drivers they're making their way through out of the hairpin. There is Schauler down in still in P11. But McIntosh's lead is going down then, so Clements has found something in this race 3 because he's catching up to the back of McIntosh. This was exactly the same as what happened, I think it was last week, when McIntosh was, was it Tokyo? Yeah, Tokyo. And this was what McIntosh was doing. He was losing a bit of time to Clements, but then he sort of gained some time out of the second half of the race. But now this time it's going to be even difficult because now Clements is now in the toe of McIntosh.
Yeah, I think Clements had the pace in race 2, but he just had too many cars to overtake before he could use it. So now that he's already at the front and he's with the leader, he might actually be able to hang on and put up a challenge to McIntosh. Like you say, McIntosh could find pace out of nowhere.
And also Volbrecht is there too, just to stiff up any pieces what happened to those two ahead. Even though he's like 1.5 seconds down, he can gain in a hurry with those two battling up ahead. Lewis Edwards, nearly a 3-second advantage there as well. It looks like that is Piper and Leon Welsh. Ethan Graham then battling for 7th and 8th. Both of them on the medium tyres there. That's a forceful block there from Graham then across the start-finish line. There's contact on the straightaway. And they just hold on to it just now. And meanwhile, Leon Welsh has gone back up into P9. Probably still not happy with Katinas just ahead and behind him there in 10th place. And Schauler's out of all of that, just an innocent bystander out of all of this because he's stuck behind a pair of them.
Yeah, he could benefit from their fighting if they continue to scrap as they have been.
So Ethan Graham sitting 7th, McIntosh is winning the race, and Edwards still in 4th position, who runs a little wide out of Degner 2. Now, is that going to give an opportunity? Oh!
Clements had a look on McIntosh and it hasn't worked. He's lost time.
I don't know we're doing too much of that there, because Volbricht is coming 1.3 seconds. Fastest lap actually set to Clements as well. So Volbricht is getting 2 tenths out of that little moment from Clements.
Yeah, nice handy slipstream for Crest to help him around that lap.
And now Van Til having a look. Oh, go on. No, you're going, you're going.
Volbricht might have the benefit of that slipstream in a few laps and might take it away because he did have the fastest lap in race 1.
Now, with that little mistake from Edwards out of the deck, the 2, it's allowed Van Til to catch back up. He's in the tool now of the 4-time champion. Let's ride on board with Ever Van Til. Giving him a nice bump draft into 130R. Of course, Ever Van Til has won in this series before. Back in, well, last season, he made his debut at Blue Moon. Made a big impression of himself by making a load of contact with the guy that's right ahead of him, and as well as the guy that's leading the race. And then cleaned up his act so much better in Goodwood, where he picked up an A-race win. Nor did he serve the qualifying ban in this championship. So again, Everett on his best behaviour as they go through the first corner then for the 5th time into the second half of the final race of the night. And again, you can still see Clemenston in the toe of McIntosh, and Volbricht trying to hold on to the 2 ahead of them. And we're still concentrating on this battle for 4th place between Edwards and Van Til, which Edwards is starting to slowly pull away from the Team Atomic Kitten driver. Sharp still holding well in P6.
He's pulled a gap to the 2 cars behind. It was under a second. He's now got over 2 seconds.
Both of these guys on the mediums, Ethan Graham as well as Piper. And I think, yeah, Welsh did start the mediums race in race 1, didn't he? Yeah, I think he did. What about Schauler? What tyres is Schauler on?
Mediums.
Oh, okay then. So Schauler's on the mediums. So we've got a few drivers in on mediums for race 3.
Volbricht's less than a second behind Clements now. It's just creeped over a second thanks to slipstream.
Yeah, he is gaining though. He is gaining on the top 2 ahead of them. Let's ride on board then with Volbricht. It's pretty much getting into Volbricht time as we're coming into the second half of the season. What's happened now?
Edwards has made a mistake. Van Til's through.
That must have been at the spoon curve, I'm reckoning.
It was. Ran wide onto the Astro.
Oh yeah, so an uncharacteristic mistake then from Lewis Edwards and nearly losing it on the exit. Does a great job holding on to it though. But yeah, so 4th place then for Van Til. Now let's see if he can hold off then as they go into the chicane to start lap 6 out of 8. Looks like Van Til had a good speed out of the Casillo triangle. Edwards then starting to lose a little bit of drift away from Van Til as we start lap 6. Still Sharp in 6th. 7th then still goes to Graham. There's a look at then at 9th place Leon Welsh, who's definitely been struggling this season, it's fair to be said.
I think Edwards has made another mistake. He's now nearly 3 seconds behind Van Til.
He has, yeah, he has. Has he gone off at the first corner? Let's have a look then. Yeah, he just hit the AstroTurf again into the first corner. So he's really trying out there, and again with the dirty tyres, that's not going to help.
No, not when, I mean, up until now Edwards has had a great day, but now he's got McIntosh winning. His other rival won race 2. So the 3 main rivals are all going to win races.
Yeah, the guys that were first, second and third coming into this round are all going to get wins here. Not unless if Clements will say something. And look at Volbricht. Volbricht is now a second behind them, and he's in the toe of Clements. So, I don't know. Don't want to put the commentator's curse on him, but this is going to be a 3-car battle here for the win. We're coming up with 2 laps to go.
Yeah, of course, when I say the 3 rivals are going to get a win. Currently, McIntosh is a bit of an asterisk next to that because he's got another about 5 minutes of pressure to sustain, and it's about to be pressure from 2 cars.
And we know what Volbricht's like in the second half of the season. We've seen he was absolutely deadly in the second half of the season, so I'm looking forward to see what he can do here coming into round 6 of the championship next week as they go through the 130R. And again, Clemenson trying to weave left, right, trying to put Joker off here as they go into the chicane to start the penultimate lap there, but McIntosh then still holding on that lead. He's not phased from all the pressure that Clements has given him.
No, he's going straight up against the pit wall and not leaving a car's width.
He's got to go back onto the racing line here. He's got to go back on the racing line very soon as he go into the first corner because it's a fast right-hander. Oh, I think McIntosh may have just parked the brakes there, and now Volbrecht is now into the battle. Now we've got a 3-car battle with the lead with 2 laps to go.
Yeah, McIntosh had to go quite slow because of his line into the first apex. I think it just slightly caught Clements out.
Oh,
Clements nearly had a nose in there.
Yeah, he did have a nose, but again, McIntosh shuts the door in his face, and now Volbrecht is in this battle now. Half a second between first to third with a couple of laps to go.
It's going to be so close. Of course, Volbrecht, the slowest car in a straight line, but it's got some very good traction and very good in the mid-speed corners.
Out of Degner 2, Export Racing 1. Vauxhall Motorsport 2. Those are the 3 teams that are fighting for the team's championship as well.
Yes, as Volbrecht on this battle.
As Volbrecht giving Clements a little bit of a bump draft in the middle of the hairpin. Still 4th place though. Lewis Edwards is caught up again on Everett Van Til, so Edwards then could potentially get that 4th spot back on Van Til. He's already gained 2 seconds alone in a couple of laps onto Van Til. Sharp still holding strong for 6th place, and again Graham holding on to 7th place from Piper, followed by Leon Welsh in 9th, Schauler still in 10th, Katinas in 11th, and Brockner down in 12th place, but he's struggling. In fact, he's gone off. He's just gone off at the hairpin.
Oh yeah, so he has.
Yeah, just caught right to Brockner, and he's just gone off at the hairpin. Anyway, we've got to look at the 3-car battle then for the lead. Let's ride on board then with Volbrecht. That's the wrong camera angle. That's the camera angle that we want to see. Clements diving to the inside! To the inside of the casino there! McIntosh gave him the space! Fair play to McIntosh!
It slowed McIntosh off the second apex, though they're going to have a great run on him down the straight. McIntosh is just going to stick to the pit wall.
Yeah, he's hugging against the pit wall. Clements going out a bit wide, but he's got to be careful though, because he's going to leave a space for Volbrecht to stick his nose in there. Last lap then! Hyundai on the inside, Hyundai on the outside. Mitsubishi then trying to look away by the pair of them. Oh, Volbrecht nearly sideways in the middle of the first corner. Oh, look at this. 2 tenths, nearly 3 tenths separating the top 3. You cannot get so close racing than this.
This is what we love about the BTCC.
Yeah, close, compact racing. Hopefully it's going to be all nice and tidy as we got a few more corners to go. Now it's a Dunlop then for the final time. McIntosh, Clements and Volbrecht, 1, 2, 3, all in shot. Now into Degner. Clements going a little bit defensive, but goes back on the racing line. That will compromise him a few tenths then. Now into Degner 2. Again, everyone holding the line nice and tidy. Has Volbrecht got a run now on Clements then?
He does, but he'll be on the outside.
Yep, that's going to lose him a bit of time. Nearly contact being made. Oh, late on the brakes. There was contact there. Now is Volbrecht going to get the one out of the hairpin into the 100R on Clements? Looks like he can't do it just yet though.
Clements is going to be close. I don't think close enough for moving to Spoon. It's going to be 130R or Casio.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a last lap pass at Casio, do you reckon, as McIntosh defends the inside, parks the bus there. Oh, and Volbrecht giving Clements a little bit of a heave-ho out of the second part of the Spoon curve.
It's compromised him though. He's lost time to McIntosh.
And now it's all down to the 130R and the Casio triangle now. Volbrecht still looking for his first win. Clements looking for his 3rd win. But McIntosh is looking for his 4th win. 5th win, sorry. Oh, there's contact between Clements and Volbrecht yet again. And I think you feel that's going to be the race right there. And you can see there's a gap opening up to a second. So Xavier McIntosh gets his 5th win of the season and regains the points lead. Clements just getting second over the line from Volbrecht. That was a great battle there for first place. And that was great to see. Van Til is going to hold on to 4th place over Lewis Edwards there. So points dropped then from Edwards, making those 2 crucial mistakes. Here comes Ash Sharp then across the line. 6th place for him. Solid effort there from Sharp. Ethan Graham crosses in 7th place, the best place of the medium tyre runners. Adam Piper gets 8th place for him. Here comes Katinas. He gets 9th place. What's happened now with Schauler? Schauler's down in 11th place along with Leon Welsh because Brockner's gone up into 10th place. So something's happened then between Leon Welsh and Schauler that we didn't see on the stream, because Schauler's slowing up.
I'm not quite sure what's gone on there.
Yeah, because Leon Welsh is all the way nearly like 18 seconds back. Yeah, he's just waiting for Leon Welsh to cross the line to go ahead of him, not to care like any more penalty points. But what's Welsh going to do? Is he going to...
Don't do this, boys. Just finish.
Okay. Just finish it. Come on, please. We've got a GT7 stream to watch very soon. I've got to take the dog out for a walk. Come on. Well, it looks like Schauler's going to get 11th and Welsh is going to get 12th. Not necessarily we're talking in the party chat together, but there you go then. So congratulations then to McIntosh. So the 3 drivers that came into the championship, first, second and third, all got wins. Yeah. And McIntosh's 5th win of the season. That's definitely the most he's ever had in his career in one season. So there you go. So here's the unofficial race results then for race 3. McIntosh, 5th win of the season for him. Clements gets another 2nd place. Volbrecht in P3 is still his first win is yet to come. Ever Van Tilt in 4th place took full advantage of Edwards' couple of mistakes in the second half of the race. He gets 5th place. Sharp gets 6th. Good effort there for Matt Sharp. Ethan Graham 7th. Adam Piper 8th. Katinas 9th. Then Brockner in P10. And then something strange happened then between Schauler and Leon Welsh. They finished 11th and 12th. So Liam, before we end the stream, who's your driver of the day?
Oh, I'll probably have to give it to Lewis Edwards. 3 pretty strong results. Could have been a bit better for him in race 3, but it only cost him 1 place ultimately.
Yeah, indeed. So just seeing them from the chat there, looks like, yeah, just again, John Wilkins just said in the chat, yep. So yeah, we're just pretty much going to end the stream because we don't want to waste too much time on this. So yeah, that has been round 5 of the championship. The second half of the season will start up next week. I can't remember what track it was, unfortunately. I closed the app. Oops, daisy. But anyways, I've been Sean.
No, I've been Liam.
And we'll see you again for round 6 next week.